Welcome, travelers. Hey, come in. Take a seat and pour yourself a drink as you listen to Not Just NPCs Podcast. Here's your hosts, your guides, if you will, Krios and Sprocket.
All right, welcome to Not Just NPCs Podcast. I am Krios, joined always by Sprocket.
Well, hello.
Quick shout out to our amazing new intro. We just kind of created it, so we're going to throw it back in our older videos as well, because we haven't released any of the videos yet. Shout out to Tommy Dillon for doing our voiceover. Yeah, he gave us a couple different ones, some regular voice and a character voice, which is the one we went with.
Yeah.
And it sounds
super talented.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
So thank you for him. If anybody wants any voiceover work for their own podcasts or anything like that done, shoot us a message. I'll reach out to him and get you guys connected.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Super talented.
Yeah.
Really, really awesome.
Today, we're just going to kind of introduce ourselves and tell you what this channel is all about. I'm Krios, and I've been playing TTRPGs for about 4 years now, I think. So not too long. I started in 2020, just before COVID disaster hit. And yeah, I've fell in love with it ever since. It's become a real big passion of mine. Met Sprocket here through work. We actually got talking with Marvel originally.
Yeah.
And that just kind of spiraled into D&D somehow along the way. I think I was like, oh, I know that Sprocket, he likes Marvel. So maybe he'd be interested in doing a campaign, because I was trying to find people to do it with, because that's one of the hardest things to do, is finding someone to do it with.
That's true.
I reached out to you and you were like, oh yeah, I'm all for it.
Hell yeah.
Playing ever since, really.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things that really comes together when you find the right people, when you find the right friends that can play. It really helps. I mean, we've definitely got a lot closer because of it. So that's always cool.
For sure. Yeah. Well, how long have you been playing for?
Oh,
I know you were into Warhammer.
Yeah. So I've been playing. Yeah, I've been playing tabletop games and TTRPG since high school, but I didn't really get into full campaigns probably till right after college, I guess. My first one was a Pathfinder game, and then I dated someone who got me in as guest stars to her campaigns. So there was a random Star Wars one that I was a random NPC that came in once, to help, and then I was gone, and that's when I realized that for me, I truly love the role playing of it. I like the fact that you can just come in and everyone accepts that you can be this silly random character that you can't be in real life, or even with other friends that aren't into D&D. You just can't throw on an accent and pretend that you're 4 foot tall dwarf that has a drinking problem. They don't understand that, right? So it's fun to just let loose and just get into it, and everyone at the table celebrates that. And I was like, oh yeah, no, this is for me. I want to do this. So when you reached out and you're like, hey man, you want to play? I'm like, oh yes, please. Because COVID ruined the campaign I was in, because we were meeting at a local store, and that store ended up closing because of COVID. And so we got no resolution on that after spending a year doing that. And then, then COVID hit, and then you reached out. I'm like, absolutely.
It was destined. It was just destiny.
It was destiny. That's right. So yeah, absolutely, dude.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, this channel is going to be a TTRPG focused, which, if you don't know, TTRPG is tabletop role-playing game. Many of you probably know what an RPG is, a role-playing game. I mean, we have tons of examples in just video games in general of that. You got The Witcher, Fallout, Elden Ring. That's a new big one that's come out recently. Baldur's Gate as well. Final Fantasy, Zelda, WoW, World of Warcraft. You're big into that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've never played it before, but I've seen it. I mean, even remember when you were a little kid, did you ever play Cops and Robbers with a sibling or something?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah. I mean,
100%.
That's a role-playing game right there. It's just not at a table. So
yeah, right.
I think a lot of people have played a role-playing game before. They just might not think of it in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so super popular. The tabletop one, like Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, you basically just take on a role of a character and you play as that character. You're like the puppet master, and the character's your little puppets that you get to play with.
Yeah. Yeah.
is
It's like
one
acting without a script, which is so much fun. You just ad-lib someone else.
Yes. Yep.
And it's so much fun.
That's what we're going to be talking about is TTRPGs, primarily focused on Dungeons and Dragons. So probably like 90% D&D and 10% TTRPGs. Every once in a while I'll throw in an episode that's not D&D related, but still TTRPG community, and just kind of discuss topics. It's just me and Sprocket here sitting and just talking it out. But eventually we might have some informative episodes as well of how to play D&D, how to be a dungeon master, how to do this, that, all those types of things. I think you can probably expect a video from us once a week. I think that's doable for us. We'll probably release them around on Tuesdays. Some of the future hopes for this channel I have a really cool idea. At least I think it's a really cool idea of something to do that I don't want to spoil it yet.
Yeah.
And so
you got to give us a preview. You got to be excited about it.
It'll be for dungeon masters specifically.
Okay.
But if you're like a player character, you could listen to just to understand better. But it'll be monster related. I'm pretty excited about doing that.
That sounds like fun. Yeah,
I mean, a possibility of even doing Warhammer once a week, even in the future, and because I know you're big into that.
Oh yes.
And yeah, so
unfortunately,
we'll see how this goes, and I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be a journey. I'm looking forward to it.
It will be. Thanks for watching. I know this is a really short video this time around, but we just kind of wanted to introduce ourselves, tell you what this channel's about, and hit that like, subscribe, whatever you got to do to get notified, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on Not Just NPCs Podcast.